Well, hello there, Libra. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about March. March is going to have 4 weeks in it, so we're going to have 4 columns and 3 rows as per usual, where you are, what's blocking you, what your solution is. And, of course, I have messages from my better angels, but we're going to go ahead and start by lighting the candle, because I like to get that energy flowing. We are, once again, using the tobacco and patchouli candle from Patty Wax Apothecary. It's a terrific candle. It really smells delicious. I like spicy candles, so this is one that does that perfectly. All right. So let's talk about the messages from my better angels. My better angels are, for the month of March, talking about self-care. Self-care is going to be really important for us. That could be starting a new diet, a new exercise routine. It could be about getting back to journaling that we used to do regularly, or it could be about a new meditation practice. So whatever form it takes for you, we're going to start with something you used to do before, right? Whatever you used to do before, we're going to, I know it feels like an old shoe, we're going to just try it on. And in the beginning of the month, like the first couple of weeks, we're really going to focus on just doing it and getting back into the routine of it, and not having it be like a massive challenge. It will be its own challenge because we've lost some of our groove from before. So we're gonna have to get into it and just create that routine. That I suit up, I show up, I do the thing, then it's done, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, cool. So we've created the routine, and then later on in the month, the last couple of weeks, we're gonna add a little spice. We're gonna freshen things up a little. We're going to add extra weight. We're going to do whatever we need to do, okay? But just be aware that it won't be like this forever. It's just a couple of weeks of getting into the routine, and I think it'll be very helpful to not do it with any extreme stuff, okay? Excellent. Now, the other message from my better angels is talking to us very clearly about how we did good last month in February, where we were like staying in our lane. We're like, okay, this is me. This is what's important to me. I'm not going to worry about what's going on outside. I'm going to take care of what's happening around me, and that's cool. But now we need to listen up with one ear, just one ear. We're going to listen up outside with one ear to hear what's going on out there. We want to not give up. We can't give up on the outside world, okay? We have to pay attention without, once again, of course, bringing in the information and filtering it, making sure what's ours and what's not ours, of course. But it doesn't mean we ignore what's happening, okay? We need to start to pay attention. We need to keep an eye on things, at least so that we can relate to other people in our lives that are not inside our bubble, right? We need to know what they're going through and be able to understand how that works. Okay, so I know that seems like a lot, and it is, but it's going to be okay. I think it's really about personal awareness. It's about global awareness. It's about just neighborhood awareness, too. So whatever's happening, we want to pay attention to who's being affected and how they're being affected, just so we know where they're coming from, all right? And that's about empathizing and being clear about who and where people are coming from, and that's a good thing, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get you a guiding card for the month, all right? Let's see what we have here. We are going to use this Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle again. That's very cool. Let's go ahead and pull a card for you. That's the one right there. This is going to be our guiding card for the entire month. We will talk about it every week, because we want to revisit it each week. Centered, very nice. All right, so this card is all about staying clear about where you are, who you are, where's your balance point. This can be about what it feels like to be at home for you. And if home is where the heart is and you're a traveler, then you have to figure out what your balance point is and what keeps you centered. What is your thing that makes you know that you're always where you need to be and always how you want to be? It could be the routine of your exercise, or your meditation, or your whatever. Those things could be your center points that say, I'm home no matter where I am, and everything is cool. So whatever that is, you'll know what that is, okay? For other people, it's about finding a balance point. If you don't have a place where you find yourself truly at home, truly at your point of, this is a spiritual center as much as a physical center, right? So if you don't have a spiritual center yet, it's important to maybe do a little meditation and figure out where that center point is for you, so that you always feel or have the ability to get centered when you're out in the world, all right? So cool. We are going to focus on that in some ways all month long, all right? I really think the self-care that we were talking about will be coming up a lot in this centered, okay? Very nice. So let's go ahead and get into the reading itself. This is the Light Seers Tarot. We have been using it. We used it last month, and I like it so much, we're using it again. And we're going to get the 4 columns, and of course the 3 rows. Where we are, second row is what's blocking us, and then the 3rd row will be our solution. So very cool. I like to see that we're getting things worked out. And of course, at the end of this video, we're going to go in depth on this very first week, because that's what we do. I want you to have the overview, but then I wanted you to know what's going on this first week more in depth, okay? So, yeah, things are a little, so it's fine. OCD kicking in. So let's go ahead and talk about the 2nd through the 8th of March. All right, we start with the 2 of Swords. And the 2 of Swords is showing us that there's a little fear factor, and I can see why. You're a little blindfolded right there, and you don't know what's bugging you or why. So this can bring up a lot of things for a lot of people. The birds are not representing birds, but they're representing swords, which is thought, power, control, other things. You're feeling harassed by things that you don't feel in control of. And so there's a little fear factor mixed in with that. I want you to remember that if you take off the blindfold, you'll find out it's just birds or something that you can handle, okay? And I want you to approach it from a place of, if I share what's going on, if I share what's going on with someone else, they will help share the burden, and it won't be as hard as I thought, okay? You can get help with this process and this project, okay? Just being vulnerable enough to allow other people in on what's happening. Other people have gone through this before and will be able to help you circumnavigate or get through this project, okay? Very cool. Now then, what's blocking you? The 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is very much so about wanting to walk away from something that, or someone that you no longer feel a kinship with, or they're kind of not helping. They're causing issues. And the fact is, you're blocked from doing that right now, which totally blows, and I'm so sorry, because you have already reached the end of your rope with these people, and you're like, okay, I want to do this, but I can't do it right now. This week isn't the good week for that. So I have to take a deep breath and hold my head high and figure out what I'm going to do. All right. 5 of Pentacles. Finances are an issue, and they are your solution. So as you get new advice about how to handle your finances or work through your finances, you're really growing into a better position. But don't be afraid to ask for additional information about what to do next, okay? So if you haven't figured out what the next step is, ask around and see what's happening, okay? Cool. Now, let's talk about the next week, which is the 9th through the 15th. So we have the Star card. Whoo, excellent. So the Star card shows me that you've done all the hard work, and you're really getting into the part where you don't have to work as hard anymore. I mean, this is really a lovely card representing the profound effort you've put in already is now paying dividends, and you can relax. You can do the basic stuff that's in front of you, and you don't have to work as hard anymore. It's going to happen. It's going to take care of itself, and that is a wonderful thing. Great. Now we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is here showing that, wow, this is a gentleman who's all about the money. He likes to talk about money all the time. He likes to gloat about how he made his money and how he spent his money and how he won in all areas. So he made a ton of dough and he barely spent any of it. And isn't he special? So this person who is going to be, he's going to be blocking you or trying to make some sort of issue of what you've done here. The fact that you've done such a beautiful job and you're having this brilliant moment of loving yourself, loving what you've done, what you've accomplished. He's here to poop on your parade, which is really a bummer. So just be aware of that and pay attention to what he's doing, because he will stand in your way. He might say, oh, well, now that you've done all that, you owe me additional money or whatever like that. So pay attention to who he is and what he's doing, because that could be a real bummer. The Six of Cups is here, and it's really lovely. It's about sharing from your heart, being emotionally available, sharing your experience, strength, and hope from a long time ago to now. So you might be sharing what happened in your childhood all the way up to now, or you might be, interestingly, it is your solution. I think if he knows where you come from and how you got here, he may either sympathize or at least back up a touch on his new bill that he decided that you needed because he found a way to make more money off of you. Pay attention to who that is and what they're doing there, all right? Because that's never fair or right. Now then, let's talk about the 16th through the 22nd of March. We have the Lover's card. So if you're in a relationship, your relationship is going to need some attention this week, or it will be taking front and center stage, okay? This is great. We don't mind this at all. We think it's terrific. It speaks to healthiness and good camaraderie in the moment. I think it's going to be very nice for you. But your relationship is stepping up to be part of the main thing that's happening there. Nine of Pentacles is showing that you're able to, you have enough money you can harvest. And right now you're not in a place that's blocking you. So don't do any harvesting of your finances right now. Take care of your relationship, but leave your finances out of it, okay? Cool, at least for now. Doesn't mean that next week you won't change your mind. And of course, Seven of Wands is about standing up for who you are, standing up for what you want. And if you need to take people aside and separate them from one another so that you can share your ideas individually, you'll have a much better chance of convincing a group individually than if you put them all together, okay? So be aware that staying in your bubble by yourself isn't going to get you anywhere, okay? Be aware that you need to come out of there and talk to people individually, and they will get on board, all right? Cool. Sometimes we pull ourselves too far above other folks, that they get the feeling that we think they're less than, and that's not what we want, okay? We want everyone to feel like we've been there, we've seen that, we understand that. Now then, the final week of March, the 23rd through the 29th, we have the Emperor. Haha, your foundation is getting stronger in all areas, whether it's at work or at home or within relationships. Whatever you're working on, whatever you've been working on or working towards, everything is getting more solid, more stable, more strong. Yay, love this. You're feeling the confidence that comes from things turning into a solid base. So very cool. I love that for you. And of course, the Empress is here, and it's blocked. The Empress is here saying, manifesting easily without having to work so hard is not happening. So you're going to have to do the work. If you want to manifest this foundation, you're going to have to do the work, okay? Be prepared to do some physical labor to get there. It will help, all right? And of course, the Knight of Cups shows up to say, you're going to have to fight for it. Stand up for what you want. Push for what you want and what you love and what you care about. Don't just pretend like it's going to come to you easily. You have to do the work, okay? That will be the answer, okay? Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save these cards over here. so that we can come back to them in other videos, because now we're going to go in depth on this first week of March the 2nd through the 8th. I have this deck pre-programmed for you, and it is the Magical Nordic Tarot, and that is pretty cool. So I am being circled by my cat, but he's gone off in another direction, which is wonderful news. Okay, so perfect. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on more in depth for the 2nd through the 8th. We talked about there being a little fear, a little uncertainty coming across the board for you. And as you're feeling that fear and uncertainty, just be aware that it's technically not founded. If you take the blindfold off, you can get some help when you communicate to other people what's really happening. And they'll be like, oh no, I've done that before. Here, let's do this. And they'll show you the way. Or at least they'll say, hey, I get it. That sucks. You'll manage and it'll work out. And now we have the Chariot. The Chariot is showing up saying that there is change happening for you at this time. This could be at work. This could be at home. You may be getting a new roommate, or you might be moving your house. Something here is changing quite a lot. And so whatever the big change is, even at work, you could end up with a new boss, or you could be the new boss yourself. Whatever that big change is, no wonder you're a little nervous about it, okay? So don't be upset. It will be okay. The more you communicate about what's going on and how you're feeling about it, the easier it will be for you to handle it. You're relieving the pressure. It's like a balloon when it gets blown up. The more you let the air out, the less pressure there is. So it's good. We want you to have a less pressure situation, all right? Now the Five of Pentacles is here, showing that there is going to be an opportunity for you to ask about the money and make sure that the money is happening the way it's supposed to be happening. Organize your finances, reorganize your finances as you need to, whether it's about the roommate situation and you needing to make sure that they're paying their share and everything is going well, and you can have the magical roommate account thing going on so that you don't intermingle their money with your money and da-da-da-da-da, so that everything gets taken care of. Whatever you're doing, you're going to handle your money or do something with your money that will help you feel more comfortable with all this stuff that's going on, okay? Cool. That's just what's going on this week. Let's talk about what's blocking you, all right? So what's blocking you this week is the Eight of Cups. You're not in a position to release somebody. So maybe maybe you took on the reins of being the boss at work or something like that, and now you're like, okay, this is somebody we need to release, but it's too soon. I can't just release them right away. I have to let them fumble around some more and prove themselves unworthy because the timing is off. So because the timing is off, you have to hold still, all right? Hold fast, all right? Now then, the Four of Pentacles is also the foundation of your finances is blocked. So no wonder you're working with your finances over here to try and reorganize and get things straightened out, because your foundation isn't very strong right this second. You've maybe had to maybe waiting up for the new roommate and waiting for to have that situation. You overextended yourself in some way, or you depleted your own funds to try and take care of the situation here. Wow, right? But now, of course, Judgment is here, saying that your judgment isn't working very well right now, so don't trust yourself entirely, okay? You may be having emotional reactions to roommate stuff or even to employee stuff. So remember, you can't work on this, but don't be a jerk. You gotta let them do what they're gonna do, and they'll bury themselves. They don't need your help to bury themselves. They're already on the list because they do it themselves. So don't use your poor judgment and make it worse, okay? Cool. And here we go. We have the double whammy. It is a double whammy, Five of Pentacles. So your solution is one more time to look at your finances. Make sure you're doing everything right. Get that advice you need. Reconfigure your finances in some way so that you are better prepared for what's coming, okay? It's good. You are taking good care of yourself. Nice. It will feel awkward and maybe a little crappy, Or it might remind you of a time in the past where you're like, oh man, somebody told me it was going to be like this. But they were full of crap. And the fact that it is like this isn't because they said so. It's because other mitigating factors took place. So maybe you are where that person said you would be, but it isn't for the same reason, okay? So don't you dare allow that BS to get into your noggin and tell you that you are not worthy, okay? It's important for you to remember that you are completely worthy. And yeah, that was a bunch of junk that somebody put on your plate. It doesn't mean anything, so let it go, all right? Now, the Nine of Swords is showing me that, yeah, you are actually going to be basically in charge of a situation. You're feeling a little less than like you wanted to be in charge. You were like, no, I had a bad experience. I'm really not really ready to step into this situation. Well, of course you are. All the experiences you had before have led you to this moment, and you're prepared. So it's a tough week. You are going through some things, Libra, but the truth is you're prepared, okay? You are ready to go, okay? This is okay. So let's get you a message from the messages from the cosmos, all right? Cosmic Oracle cards. Let's see. These are all pre-programmed for you, so let's see what they have. Oh, that's the one. All right. So that's good news. And watch, it's going to be very good news. Watch, watch, watch. These cards can't fail. Whoop, I got two. When your heart, open your heart, not just a little, all the way, and let the love flow in. Ooh, we're letting the love flow in. Nice. We're definitely letting the love flow in. Open your heart. Okay, so even as all this stuff is happening, you're going to need to remember to stay centered, but also emotionally available in the process. This guy is going to bury himself. You don't got to do anything about that. A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. So keep the faith. This person is going to take care of themselves. You don't have to do anything about that. And have faith that you can take care of your finances. You're going to be fine. Okay? And you're going to be a great leader. So awesome. Cool. I love that for you. And that is going to be perfect. Okay? So with those messages for you, I'm going to go ahead and get you a pocket full of rocks. Okay? These rocks are ones you can carry in your pocket for the week, and they will assist you through the process. All right? So we have clear quartz, we have black obsidian, and we have Amazonite. All right. So black obsidian is a first chakra stone, and it is going to help you remove negativity from whatever's going on, whether it's this whole moving situation, your finances, your fear factor, the work stuff, or even taking charge of a situation. And certainly with the Strength card here, you're going to have a lot of those things that will feel like they have a negative connotation, but they're actually you growing, okay? So, but let the fear factor and the negativity get hoovered up, that means sucked up by the black obsidian, because that's what it does. It sucks up the negativity, and we want you to have that in your pocket to do that. That'll be great. Then we have Amazonite, which is a 5th chakra stone, and it is it's really beautiful because it's it's a very greenish blue, and this greenish blue, being a 5th chakra, is your throat chakra. It's how you communicate, and it's speaking very lovingly and very kindly and very gently to people to get where you need to go and have things go on the way you need to. So we were talking about being vulnerable over here, and you're going to be open to releasing some stuff or sharing some stuff that will get things moving for you, okay? So you're going to be more vulnerable and in a very good way. Being good, paying attention to your not so great judgment, that'll also help, okay? But you also have clarity with clear quartz. So clear quartz is an all-around, all chakra stone, and it is going to be a beautiful thing that will help you see and understand things more clearly. Even though your judgment is off, your clarity will come, okay? If you put a lot of focus into it and really look at the situation, you will find the truth, okay? And then run it past somebody else before you make a decision, okay? Other people will mirror back to you what you need to see, all right? Excellent. So that is going to be a helpful little bit right there. I'm going to go ahead and put these stones down right here. And as always, Libra, you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to. They are here for you if you like. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you do carry them and how they work for you. I'd love to hear about it. Even come back on Wednesday and tell me how it's actually working, and I'll help you adjust if you are having a different experience than you were hoping. We can fix that. And also, if you choose to carry something else, let me know what you got and come back on Wednesday and let me know how it's going. I'd really like to keep in touch and communicate with you about what's happening and experience what you're experiencing with you. I'm here to help, all right? That is why we're doing all of this, is so you can see what's coming ahead and then make better decisions, all right? So if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Leave a thumbs up and the old comment below. Let me know how the reading itself is working for you. I appreciate it so much. And if you don't subscribe, then you won't know when my next video comes out. And I'm here to help, all right? Let's talk next week about the 9th through the 15th, all right? Thank you so much. We'll see you then.